And we're back, with some more oxygen not included. It's about time we took our rocket on a little bit of an exploration. We need to go and find a planet full of supercoolant. But first, there's a few things we need to do, just a couple. One, finish charging this with rads, that shouldn't take too long. But we also have to pick 8 volunteers to go on the rocket. We're going to need enough of them that they can dig, plant, well, do all the stuff on either side. Since we've got the food, we don't have to worry about that, but we need to pick out people who are going to run the telescope and all that stuff. That might take a minute to figure out. Also, I think I'm going to break back in here one more time and take advantage of something that was said in the comments. Have the steam from here rotate through this and then rotate it right back into the room. That way it won't hang around in the pipe and shouldn't get any pipe breakages, and we don't have to keep, turning this on and off as needs be. That would save us an awful lot of hassle, and it should work. First up, though, we gotta see if we can get some nuclear waste compression going on. Not this stuff down here. We've got plenty of nuclear waste down here. No, we want to take that nuclear waste and we want to pump it out of the ship. Now, there could be some complications with doing this. Namely, this has got to go through one of the output vents. I'm not sure if this is going to suddenly become really hot and start cooking the area, because this is about 200-degree nuclear waste. But we're going to have that waste come down here and go into this new waste storage position. We just got to see if it's going to cook the internals of our rocket while we do it, which might put a little bit of strain on our cooling loop. Well, I suppose we'll find out very shortly, won't we? Temperature is still 20 C instead of pipe is 38.5. No? I think we're... Oh... Yeah, 38.9, 39. Yeah, right, the liquid space for input is getting a little bit warmer as this goes along. Alright, then we have it being pumped all the way over here. Comes out, goes down here, and goes into this section. The reason we're doing this, rads, it's slowly giving us more and more rads, which we can use to put into these things, which we can then use to fill up the rocket engine. Did I put that the right height? You know what, it's fine. So, we can just pump our excess waste in here, and then as long as we bring some petroleum with us, we can do this on every planet we stop on, meaning we've got portable rads for our rocket. Now, it will take a while for it to fill up, but that's okay. That's why we have infinite waste storage on here. This thing is definitely over-prepped. We've got 1,300 kilos of pressure per tile, so we can definitely siphon some of this off without causing any problems to our design. However, there is a minor complication that I think warrants a little bit of tiny redesign before we take off. Just a tiny one. The power coming out is 850 watts, but it sometimes fluctuates a bit. You see the gas pressure down here is... well, it's fluctuating a lot. And it shouldn't be because of power, it's steam pressure. There's 46 kilos of pressure down here, and there's only about 2 or 3 kilos of pressure over here. And sometimes it drops a bit. I think what's going on here, all of the pressure is getting pushed down. Because of the way these liquid vents are dropping the liquid, it's sort of keeping the pressure down here. So I think what I'd like to do is stack these on top of each other so that one liquid vent is here, the second one is here, both dropping on the same tile as close to this as possible. However, it's going to require us to do a little bit of rewiring, but that's, well, repiping? I think we can manage that. It shouldn't be that hard. We'll just move that down there, move that across. The only problem is we just got to wait another 6 cycles before the enriched uranium there runs out. We actually filled this up at about 180 kilos of enriched uranium, so, 9 or so days have passed. We could wait another few. The duplicants can just enjoy the hot tubs while they're waiting. Turns out, this hot tub, the water in it slowly cools down as it's being used. That determines how long the water lasts. And since we're pumping in stuff that's so close to boiling, the hot tub water lasts ages. And because it's made of steel, it doesn't overheat. However, it does get a bit finicky when it goes above 37 degrees. Which will happen here because we haven't got supercoolant yet. But that's on the agenda for today is supercoolant and a bunch of uranium. Once we get our hands on supercoolant, this will run perfectly all the time. Oh, and the sauna is now completely operational. So they've been using the sauna quite regularly, though every time they have a narcoleptic nap, it causes massive problems because they just fall out of it, all the steam is lost, and, well, yeah, we're using narcos, so what do you expect? Alright, let's wait until this uranium runs out and do a quick bit of modifications down here. Oh, you can see there it's dropped to 780 watts, 760. That should be 850 constantly. It's over 200 degrees in here the whole way along. So the fact that that's not staying up all the time is what's causing us a problem. Looks like the radiation has just died down. With the reactor off, we can go back in here and we can make a few changes. And learning from our previous mistakes, we're just going to overwrite those with obsidian tiles, run in here and make our changes real quick. Gonna have to dismantle some tiles. Oh, and what's the temperature in here? 160. I think we can turn off the steam turbines for now. Yeah, no point having those wasting water. Done. Once they've switched off, that'll keep the temperature in there. We need to have this thing hot before we start it, otherwise we have to start dumping in more water, which I'd prefer to avoid. Oh, and here's another mistake I made. There is a pipe bridge here, and it is piping heat from inside here right into this refined carbon tile. So that's why this stuff is so hot. Buggery. I should really change that automatic dispenser around then. I'm going to have to face it the other direction because anything sitting on top of that is going to start cooking. That is rather unfortunate. I should have thought ahead on that front. But hey, this is not something you normally plan for when you're making these rockets. It's just... So down here, we're going to chuck in a couple of cobalt temperature shift plates. We are going to move this copper vent over there. But first, we just have to squish some pipes about and maybe remove a few things here and there. Hopefully, this won't be too messy of a rerouting. All we should have to do is sever that there. Hook it up to that point. That up to there. Hook that up to there. Sever that. Oh, wait, no. No, you go up to there. And you get severed there. And then we cancel else and perfect. There we go. Nicely done. Then we can sever that over there. We don't need that. Actually, we can pipe the segment there. We don't care. And then all we have to do is move that down there and we're done. So I think we'll maybe break a little bit of this up before we go. Have we got everything out of there? Yes, we have swept the location, so perfect. We'll remove that ladder segment at the very end, then we'll move the copper pipe over, or the vent over, and then we're finished. We should have everything rerouted, and all the water should land over this side, which should leave a way for the steam to get out, is the theory. Actually, maybe we could brick it up. We should brick it up. If we brick this up with airflow tiles all the way to the top, that way the liquids can never pour in there and block this segment, so we should be able to keep the steam pressure even on each side. We'll have to do one last reactor test to be sure, but this should finally make this thing stable. That should mean all the water lands there. There's a temperature shift plate is made out of cobalt, which is incredibly conductive. Once we get out the last few chunks, we are going to wall this back in, fill it up at about 180 kilos of enriched uranium, and see what happens. Done. Renovation's complete. Let's see how this rolls. First, and let's warn everyone that it's about to get hot in here. Turn that on. And boom. Okay, that has definitely activated the lights. Now, let's make sure that we get some water in there. Perfect. If we had have not connected up that water, that would have been an explosive problem. You can go in there as well. See, the problem before was the water seemed to be blocking this area and all the steam, well, the majority of the steam was ending up down here and not enough on top. Hopefully this new setup will fix that. And if it doesn't, well, we'll have to wait till all the enriched uranium is gone out of there. So 60, 70, 18 days. Yeah, you normally get about 18 days of uranium gets thrown in there. So let's give it 10 days, see how we're looking on the steam front, and if everything is actually balanced now, we can finally take off. It didn't work out. Yeah, I messed it up. You see, what happened was when we balanced out the steam pressure, it meant the gas pipe here that was going up to the sauna and pumping back in here was getting overpressurized because it was about 30 kilos of gas pressure around here. So instead what we've done is we've moved the gas vent to over here. So now when we pump gas through here, it should go down over here and get pumped out into this section. So we just had to wait like 20 cycles or so until the uranium ran out. Dig back in here. I've also stuck in an extra power transformer. I thought, why not? We've got an extra power wire just in case we need more power for stuff. We also replaced all of the background plating, all of the pixel packs. We ripped them out and replaced them with the gold variants. I was using copper. I didn't realize you could use gold. Gold has a decor bonus, so this gives us just that little bit more pop, I suppose, whatever you want to say in here, to make sure all the duplicants will be extra happy. Plus, we had the time. We were just waiting for the reactor to spin down. But now, I think we are all good to go again. And now when we turn this sucker on, 1 second. Okay. Load it up. Oh, and I need to turn back, connect up the water here. Yeah, you can go to there. You can go to there. I think... Exit. We have water pressure on top. We'll connect up the bottom one in a minute. I just want to make sure we're getting temperature out. Yep, I think we are golden. And then what I want to do is sever the waste output. We don't want to be dumping any nuclear waste anytime soon. We'll keep the nuclear waste on the ship for now. We've got more than enough outside. And one last thing. Fine, done. This should be the last thing we have to do. In fact, because the pressure in here is going to be high enough, it'll go down to about 20 kilos here, which means the gas vent should be able to output, which means we should be able to use the sauna. And the hot tub, of course. But once those things have sorted themselves out, we can take off. and we're going to head back to an old planet of ours, Semilerian, whatever you may call it. This is the planet where we went and got the bee. Now you'll notice there's not a lot of the land that we had to like dig down through here and then like dig down through all of this section. It's all gone. It has just been smashed into bits. The meteors, when we put them on apocalyptic, I had no idea just how apocalyptic they were going to be. This is going to chew through the entire planet, which I kind of want to see it do. But first I want to remove the uranium. We want to rip out all the uranium and bring that home with us. Yeah, so we'll pop back. We'll give this a quick repair, or maybe we'll bit down a tad? We got plenty of room. Yeah, we'll pop back here. This is going to be our first location to head to. Loading up the crew, there was a lot of decisions that went into this. We've got Grumpy Bear, yeah, I suppose, Andy, Krillis, actually, it's more down to, we've got 2 diggers, 2 mechatronics engineers, 1 builder, 1 plumber, 1 science, 1 rocket slash cook person. The rocket slash cook person will be spending most of their time in the rocket anyway, though I don't think we have a way of keeping them out. You know what? Doesn't matter. We're going to crew up. And you will notice there is no Atmos suit dock exit. We're not bothered with that just yet. Everyone's going to come in wearing an Atmos suit. That is fine. How many of you are in here so far? That's 3. Oh, and we got new blueprints. Blue glitter Atmo gloves. Red glitter Atmo helmet. Okay. Give us a third glitter. Oh my god, purple pastel. Not even glittery wallpaper. I am disgusted. You gave me 2 glitters and then you teased us with a third. Yeah, I have a strange feeling they're not going to do any heavy metal stuff for the duplicants. I just don't think it really fits in, you know, any leathers or stud stuff. They'd be like, nah, that doesn't really suit the game. What do we have? We've got 6 people on board, 7. Where's the 8th? There, we got 8 people on board. Right, let me double check that we got... Oh my god. We're going to stick down a quick Atmos suit checkpoint, and yeah, then people should start getting... What are you doing? Oh, you know what? Deliver suit. Deliver suit. Let me do a little bit of micromanagement here. And done. All 8 of them are installed. Let's get off this rock. We're going to head over to our other planet and see what that's looking like. Before we launch this, this just feels so weird launching this rocket because it's literally a power plant. This thing is dumping about 8 kilowatts of power onto our grid, so launching it feels odd. I mean, it's not going to kill our grid or anything. We've definitely got plenty of power going on. This is the weirdest launch I've ever done, I think. All right, begin the launch sequence. Review the checklist. Checklist is incomplete. What's incomplete? Clear launch path. Oh, yeah, got to open the doors. No problems. We can open the doors. It'll take 2 seconds. Okay, maybe closer to 36 seconds or something along those lines. Come on, let's go. Begin a launch sequence, people. Let's do this. Godspeed, you weird little rocket. Godspeed. And you melted a bunch of stuff on the way out. That was entirely to be expected. I replaced some of this with steel to avoid that happening to a few of the other things. Right. Let's see how everyone's doing inside the rocket. I think I should... Why is that Atmos suit there? What? Just move that over there. Thank God for the move command. It makes things so much simpler. What we're going to do is, well, hopefully get them all assigned out to their beds, make sure they take mess tables, and no one does anything too stupid, or stupider than normal for duplicants, you know what I mean. I completely forgot to assign out the food, so we've set this to 1 kg and surf and turf. We could also set them to burgers, but I think this will be fine for now. Are you actually having a nap, or are you... You're exhausted. Damn it. Pick a bed. I just discovered that yodelers sing with their mouth full. That's terrifying. Don't sing while you're eating surf and turf. We're just going to get that on all the other duplicants. Alright, I think we've sorted out most of the worst of it. Someone is not assigned a cot. Who are you? Gas flow is not perfect. I'm definitely seeing that carbon dioxide is going to accumulate over here if we're not careful. And we can't get rid of that diamond window tile. So, let's see if we can't put a tile there and there. That should allow the carbon dioxide to flow down to that section. Without letting anything escape out into this vacuum area we've got. Yeah. Oh, there, you can see that carbon dioxide flowing down. That'll take it down to this gas pump. This gas pump is going to pick it up. If it's oxygen, it dumps it back into the room. If it's carbon dioxide, it dumps it out into the background of space. Oh, and people were worried about this over here, this high-pressure gas vent. This is fine. This is going to pump 50 grams of gas from down here and pump it up to this section. And this just means that this high-pressure gas vent makes sure that it won't ever not allow the oxygen back in. It might overpressurize this area like a little bit above 2 kilos, but it shouldn't do much more than that. That's because all the other gas vents that are in here providing oxygen, none of them can go above 2 kgs. So it'll keep it all nice and even, and it's just a nice cheap way for us to get rid of the carbon dioxide. And done. Yeah, sauna's up and running. Everything seems to be functioning correctly. And according to the star map, we have actually mapped a bunch more tiles. Good job. All right, let's try... Oh, actually, we can't land on this planet. I don't think we can because I'm pretty sure... Will it actually allow us to land? This thing is completely broken. Is this going to crash the game? Should I have saved this first? Have I just done something incredibly... You know what? Let's just find out. Okay. Rocket control station seems to be in it. Are we? Well, we've got a wee bit of a problem here. This thing's made out of iron, and I don't think we have any iron lying around here, do we? Ooh, actually, we do have some. And we do have a bunch of mafic rock. Let's get some ladder systems over here and repair this sucker up. We're going to need that. And that up to there. Go for it. We also have a second duplicant inbound. Or we should have. Where's Uzo? We still got 7 duplicants in here. 1 second. Uzo, we're going to need you down here, buddy. We want as many people helping out as we possibly can. Hey, there they are. Good landing. Now, we could just dismantle both of these trailblazers and make another landing platform. It's just, no, I'm not bothered. If we desperately need to, if we need to, we can. But I'd prefer to just repair this current landing pad. After faffing about for 5 minutes, I got Uzo to do the repairs, considering they're our builder, and Grumpy Bear is not. Let's land here. You're probably going to get a little bit scalded and irradiated when this thing lands, but that's fine. Yep, like... Oof. Perfect. Now let's just change the crew, because every time you drop people out of a shuttle, using those these things down here, these Trailblazer modules, which we can now deconstruct, they stop being crew of the ship, which can lead to all sorts of problems. So Grumpy Bear, yes, and Uzo, yes, you are now members of the crew. Perfect. Now that that's done, I think we might want to put a little bit of a... Actually, let's check the star. Oh, come on! 3.4 cycles and we're going to have a slimy meteor shower. Okay. We need to wall in the top of the map a bit and put in some bunker tiles. And probably... Oh. Yeah, then we're going to need some way to remove them when we want to launch. Give me a few minutes while we put in some things. We did bring along about, well, 40 tons of steel because, well, of course we did. That stuff is just the most flexible material available, so you always bring a bunch of that. At the same time, we do have some plastic, a whole bunch of stuff. We got steel, lead, ceramic, plastic, coal, cobalt, aluminum, a whole bunch of random junk. 20 tons of igneous rock, 20 tons of granite, loads of reed fiber and stuff like that. Oh, and you, Atmosuit repair. Repair Atmosuit, do that forever. And yeah, Sabose can do the cooking in here. Everyone else can pop outside and do the building. So we've got 7 duplicants that can go around and do our bidding. Perfect. I think this is a nice self-sustained mobile rocket. And now what we're going to do is, I was just thinking, this cool slush geyser here, we're going to wall that in. We're going to uncover this cool slush geyser down here. That's going to allow us to dump water somewhere. Then we're going to need to dump some heating into it. Then we can convert that water to clean water and start pumping it into our rocket. That will provide us with more water to go for longer. We have infinite liquid storage set up in here, so we can start dumping even more water in there. And at the same time, we do want to go around and get as much enriched or uranium on this planet as we can. Well, the water basically extends how much oxygen we've got on the rocket. The uranium extends how much fuel we've got for our research reactor. Currently, we're at about 1,000 cycles for the research reactor, and about... Oh, I have no idea on the water. Just not a clue. But we've got enough, but we want more. We want more. We want this rocket to be just stupidly sustainable, preferably 10,000 cycles worth of resources in it, just to make sure that it won't fail. All right. But that means we've got to wall this in and start siphoning that water into the rocket as quickly as possible. Well, the slime did a number on the roof. I hadn't been paying attention at the time, but it didn't... Oh, we can repair that up. That's just igneous rock that's got damaged. I didn't put bunker tiles everywhere because I'm not a complete spendthrift. So, we're going to end up with cool slush flowing down here, cool slush from here flowing down, and then that's all going to go down here into this giant tank, and then we're going to start pumping this up. Just got to make sure it doesn't get too cold. Problem is, this stuff is -2, so if we convert that to clean water, it will immediately freeze in the pipe. So we've got to mix in some of the other stuff. Ooh, and we've got a friend we have to defrost. Well, hopefully we can save the friend and bring them home with us. Oh, and I think I found a way to keep this water nice and warm. It's called a cobalt volcano. Yes? Please, let's just open that up. I mean, we will regret it later, but for now, this should definitely warm up the water down here, assuming we can keep the water level below the pressurization point of it. Yeah, that should be good. That should give us enough water to make sure that we're fine for a while. Okay then, things are looking even better. Oh, would you look, Volcano already activated and dumped out a bunch of cobalt for us. This is just all sorts of good. Alright, and we're going to excavate this place out just a little bit deeper. I think we need more ground floor here. We need a lot of storage for all the water we're collecting. Then we're just going to stick in liquid pump, 2 desalinators right about here. Then the water from the desalinators, if there's any polluted water or anything like that, that's going to go up here, go through 2 water sieves. That'll remove any polluted water or anything like that. And then that will go all the way up to the top of the map before going back into our rocket. Once it goes into our rocket, we will have to make sure that that's going to get siphoned over and into this section. Yep, actually, there we go. And done. That means that goes in there and gets dumped into our liquid storage tank, increasing our oxygen storage capacity, and that's all we really need it for. We don't need any of the water in there for anything but oxygen production. The hydrogen's just sort of a dead gas we're leaving there. We could pump it out. We've got an actual gas pipe, where is it, right here, and we could extend this on and do stuff with it, but just don't need it. All we need, oxygen power. The water input is not as fast as we would like. We would like this water coming through a lot quicker. And you see, the issue we're facing, by all the duplicants taking naps all the time, is we're just getting blobs of polluted water, then clean water, polluted, then clean. It's because this is coming out here with a mix of polluted and clean, and then it gets sent into these machines, and it all gets sort of tied up and wonky-faced. So, to help with that, we're just going to double down. We have the power. We don't care. We brought a nuclear reactor with us. We don't have to we can just throw power at every single problem. So we're going to double up on the desalinators. With 2 desalinators, we should be able to process twice as much water. So if it's not giving us enough with this much, we can double it. And if that doesn't work, we can triple it. We can still afford the power requirements. It's not like we're going to run out anytime soon. It's not perfect, but it's a lot better. That is a far more consistent stream of water. I should probably make sure no other liquids end up in here. I don't think we have any other liquids on this map that could contaminate it. But maybe, considering this is our rocket, we should probably put in a little bit of a fail-safe system. So here is the rather, well, dumb plan. What we do is we just set up a liquid pipe element sensor. If it detects that there's water in the pipe, it shuts off the liquid vent. That means water can pass straight through. Anything that's not water will cause the vent to open. Even a gap in the pipe. So when that gap hits, you see the liquid vent opens. So anytime there's water in the pipe, that vent closes. Anytime there's anything else, it'll get dropped out. That should keep us safe from anything contamination entering our rocket. It's unlikely. I don't think there's any other liquids, but let's just be safe rather than sorry. We leave that to do its thing for now. What we want to do is go down here and start excavating out all of this. We want all that uranium to bring back home. The water to fuel the oxygen and the uranium to fuel the power. Ripping out all of this uranium is going to be time consuming, so let's use what we've got, which is power. We have lots and lots of power. So we're going to stick down auto sweepers, we're going to put down conveyor loaders, and we're going to have them pick up all the uranium we mine out. As we mine up and the uranium starts to fall down, these auto sweepers will pick it up, throw it into the conveyor loaders, and we'll have to ship this up top. This is going to be a long run, isn't it? Yeah. This is going to cost many tons of cobalt, but that's okay. We don't really care about the cobalt. Okay. Damn it. All we have to do is plug in the power, run massive amounts of conveyor rails, run all the power wires, and put in all the infrastructure. Easy peasy with a team like this. Easy peasy. Especially considering all the naps they take. And it starts. This is going to be, well, we're taking all the uranium ore and all the wolframite. It'll be a little bit slow and sluggish, but that's fine. That's fine, just so long as once it's up and running, we can strip out this entire area. Now, we could just leave these beehives here. These beta hives are happily chewing away in this. In fact, there is 3 tons of enriched uranium in there, which we could use to just dump into our rocket. We could, like, come back here every so often and grab the enriched uranium. But that's too easy. I want to take all the uranium now, and I want to bring it back to our home base one. And our home base one back here, we have far more beta hives, and we can just chuck down all the uranium in here, and they will chew through it. Plus, we've got our nuclear waste here. Oh, that reminds me. I should be unloading our nuclear waste as well. I mean, it's only right. We need some nuclear waste storage here so that we can fire rad bolts into our engine. How did someone make... Oh, god damn it. Okay, we can't let you back in the ship. Otherwise, you're going to put that stuff everywhere. So I'm going to need you to unequip the suit. And then I'm going to need you to put the suit back on again. Sorry, I know it's going to be a little bit cold, but it is what it is. Perfect. How do we stop them from always being an emergency now? I think I've made a mistake. It's going to be red alerting forever. Where are you going? Just go back home. Once you take off this suit, will it stop? Please tell me it stops when you take off the suit. Oh. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. It's perfect. Or it's not. It's still red alert out here. Oh, God. I think I may have found a new bug. Let me do some playing. So we're just gonna have to live with the screen being like that. I'll do a reload in a bit, but for now, that's just, it seems, the hue we're going to have to put up with. We'll put ourselves a little rad bolt generating system here so that we can top up our engine. I'd like to do a little bit of exploration while we're out here. We can maybe see what's out here near closer to the edge. Every time we stop on a planet, we should leave ourselves a refueling station. Gives us a little bit of flexibility. Oh, one thing. We're putting in a little bit of petroleum here so we can overpressurize the vent, and that petroleum is carried in here. We put 5 tons. We use the move command, the move to command, to just move 5 tons of the stuff into the ship. That is such a handy little feature, this new move to update they did. And now we can just grab 200 kilos of it, dump it in here. Well, we don't even need 200 kilos. We'll just dump in about 10 kilos and then we'll move the rest back into the ship. How are you looking? Yeah, there, perfect. Then we can pop that out, deconstruct it, and we can just grab the petroleum and move it to right back there. Done. What's the temperature of that stuff? 147 C. Wow. I am so glad we have so much piping. And those pixel packs cover all of the gunk in the background. This rocket is working. It's perfect. Having so much power and potential on the move. Aku is pleased. Our collection area is complete, all the way from one side to the other. So now, well, I don't normally do this, but we're going to give ourselves 7 tiles of distance between stairs. That will allow us to do the maximum amount of cleaning for the minimum amount of ladder segments. And then once we've cleared out the entire radioactive biome, I think we might just demolish the rest of the map, pour it all into one big water tank, and then leave. I don't think we need anything much here. Once we've got the uranium and, well, the water-wise, I think we've got plenty. We use less than 1 kilo per second, and we're pumping in 10 kilos of water per second. Right now, our water pressure is a lot. That's 234 tons in that tile, 201 tons in that tile, and I don't know how much in the other, but let's assume they just double whatever that is. And we've got a lot. Lots and lots of water. Oh, and down here, I siphoned out a little bit of the water out of the reactor. I siphoned it actually into this tank. Just because the pressure in here is a bit high. Now it's down to about 15 kilos there, about 8 kilos here. Everything's functioning perfectly, and we just have a little bit of spare water, which I'll probably dump right back into there. Everything is working. I'm kind of shocked. I was expecting something to go horrifically wrong already. How much uranium we got there? We got 9.5 tons of uranium, but that's fine. We have plenty more where that come from, and soon we're going to have even more. While digging all of this up, well, we've run into a bit of a problem. Some of our duplicants have popped eardrums, and I was wondering what was going on. Went back into our rocket, and I could see that the pressure had gotten a little bit high. We're at almost 4 kilos. It's carbon dioxide. We're not venting the carbon dioxide outside of the ship, which is pressurizing everything too much, and it's causing problems with the gas vents. The problem there was when we landed, we stopped being able to vent gas into space. Once you land, you actually have to put in a gas vent. So, yeah, we're going to have to go up to our rocket up here and throw in this thing. Once we've stuck in a gas vent right here, that'll allow us to get rid of all the carbon dioxide, and we should hopefully get back to an even keel. Though that might take a little while. Come on, quickly. Thankfully, we've got a jacuzzi and a sauna, so everyone can, relax and take it easy. That definitely helps de-stress people. Otherwise, I think those, oh my god, some people are at 40%. Ooh. Yeah, they're going to need a lot more sauna work. Nope, it's fine. We're getting rid of the carbon dioxide now. Once that's gone down a bit, the gas pressure in here will start to drop. Everything will be fine. How? How is someone in... Oh, yeah, I told you to look at that volcano. Well, I didn't think you'd stand there while it vented. I was pretty sure... We don't have space indoors for this, do we? We might have to leave you outdoors on a cot. I mean, that could work. Yeah, we've no space in there. Not a chance. Let me... Actually... We can deconstruct the telescope, though I think we're going to need something just a little bit faster than that right now. So let's maybe put down a bed right here, real quick. Triage cot. We will make that out of sedimentary rock. We will make that a emergency priority. Once that's done, we can put the duplicant in it so they stop being on the brink of death. Yes, we are going to move to right here, if you wouldn't mind. Someone grab them immediately. Incapacitated. Death in 90 seconds. That's a problem. Guys, anyone want to move them? It is an emergency priority. All other priorities rescinded. Get them moving. Come on. Yeah, get in bed. Okay, perfect. Ooh. All right then. In that case, let's just put in a quick bed in here. And we can move them into this section. We can replace the rocket, or we can replace the telescope when the time comes. That was really dumb. Really dumb. We'll finish analyzing the volcano, preferably at a later date when it's less stupid to do so. Uh-oh. We got a breach. I think we lost some water there. Oops. It's fine. Most of it is just going to freeze solid down here and cause God knows how many untold problems. And we were so close to finishing. We've almost got this entire biome excavated. That's all the uranium. We got 49 tons of uranium ore. Let's just see what we're left with after we clean the mess. With this whole place cored out, we've got 50 tons of uranium ore sitting mostly up here, I would say. Along with, 33 Saturn critter trap seeds? They're going to be very useful, and a bunch of other junk that we're going to have to carry into the ship. Now, I was thinking about what to do next, and I figured the plan would be, I might actually just wall in across the top of the map at bunker tiles to save this, to save the map from getting smashed to bits, core out the entire area, and then just let the vents go crazy. I mean, we've got saltwater geyser over here, we've got a couple of slush geysers over here, we've got 2 cobalt volcanoes, and 1 iron volcano, a carbon dioxide vent that's hot, and a carbon dioxide vent that's cold. Or sorry, geyser that's cold, and a natural gas vent. And I say we just rip out everything. Rip out all of this junk, let it all fall to the bottom, and then bunker it across the top and leave, and then see what happens in a few hundred cycles. It should be mildly interesting. But that's going to have to wait, because I've sort of ran out of time. A quick check on our rocket shows it's working absolutely perfectly. There's about 16 kilos of pressure there, so that that gas vent is allowing it to go out. Oh, someone's currently using the sauna, so there's no natural gas going through. I replaced all of this with carpeted tiles so that everyone gets tickled toesies while they're in there. We were having some problems with a bit of stress when everyone's getting popped eardrums. We also stuck in a buddy bud. Some of the place is full of plant germs, so everyone's super happy. This has actually worked out just about perfectly. And we do have a friend on this planet, and I'm thinking we can stick in an extra bed over there, and we can move the rocket control station down here. And you know what? Do we have a gold amalgam? Yeah, let's put a gold amalgam table right there. We can have 9 duplicants in here. Someone's on 50% oxygen. We might have to, we should be able to support them. And oxygen-wise, yeah, oh god, we've got 540 kilos. The one thing I do regret is I didn't put in some sort of control here to turn this off when the pressure gets too high, because that's just going to keep going up and up and up. It probably won't cause a problem, but I would feel more comfortable if that stopped being so stupendously high. But hey, what can we do? All right, next up, I think we're going to head to the water planet, get ourselves some supercoolant, and maybe drain a bunch of water out of the water planet. I don't think we can drain it fast enough, though. We just can't get water into the rocket as quickly as we want to. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and good luck.